Are you slowly shortening your life after 70 without even realizing it? Every single day, millions of seniors make small mistakes that quietly rob them of years of health, independence, and peace of mind. I'm Dr. Michael Carter, and today I'm going to reveal 12 dangerous traps that too many people over 70 fall into. 4 things you should never say, 4 things you should never do, and 4 places you should never go alone. And here's the shocking part. One of these places is visited by over 80% of seniors every month, yet doctors now call it a hidden death trap. I'll share exactly what it is near the end of this video. But first, let me ask you something. Where are you watching from today? Type your city or country in the comments. I'd love to know how far our community of seniors reaches. And if you haven't subscribed yet, take a quick moment to do so. Join thousands of others who are learning how to live longer, healthier, and stronger after 70. Stay with me until the very end because the last part of this video might be the single most important warning you'll ever hear. Now let's begin with the first group of mistakes. Group 1, the 4 dangerous phrases. After 70, phrase 1, never say I'm too old to learn new technology. When you say I'm too old to learn new technology, you're not just making a casual remark. You're sending a command to your brain to stop growing, to stop adapting, to stop creating new connections. And that choice can speed up memory loss and cognitive decline. Research from Harvard shows that seniors who embrace new learning, especially technology, maintain sharper memory and slower brain aging than those who resist it. Your brain is like a muscle. If you keep using it, it stays strong. If you tell it to shut down, it does exactly that. Take Robert, a 77-year-old from Chicago. For years, he ignored the smartphone his children gave him. He felt confused, isolated, and forgetful. Then he made a simple decision to learn one new app each week. Within 2 months, his memory test scores improved, and he felt more connected to his family than ever before. The words you choose matter. Instead of saying I'm too old, replace it with I'm discovering something new today. Those 6 words open your brain to learning, to curiosity, to growth. Start small. Spend just 5 minutes a day exploring one feature on your phone, your computer, or your tablet. Over time, those 5 minutes will become a powerful habit that keeps your mind sharp well into your 80s and beyond. Let me ask you, have you ever told yourself you're too old for technology? If yes, type the number 1 in the comments. If no, type 0. Because the first step to rewiring your brain is changing the words you speak. Phrase 2, never say the doctor knows what's best for me. After 70, blind trust in any doctor can be dangerous. When you walk into an appointment and assume the doctor knows what's best for me, you're handing over control of your health. And sometimes that silence can cost you your independence or even your life. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows seniors who never question their doctors face 40% more harmful drug interactions and 60% more unnecessary procedures. Why? Because no doctor knows your body as well as you do. They see dozens of patients every week. They can forget small details, but those small details could make a life or death difference. Let me share David's story. He's 74 and living in Orlando. For months he felt dizzy and weak, but he never brought it up. He thought, if it matters, my doctor will mention it. Finally, his daughter pushed him to ask a few questions. And in just one visit, they discovered that 2 of his prescriptions were clashing, causing his symptoms. Once adjusted, David's energy returned within days. That's the power of speaking up. At every appointment, ask 3 simple questions. What exactly are you prescribing and why? What side effects should I watch for? And how will this interact with my current treatments? Write them down, bring them with you. Don't leave until you understand the answers. Because your health should never be left to chance. It's your right and your responsibility to be an active voice in your care. Now tell me, do you usually ask your doctor questions during appointments? If yes, type yes in the comments. If no, type no. And remember, silence can be far more dangerous than curiosity. Phrase 3, never say I don't want to be a burden. This phrase sounds thoughtful, but in reality, it can be a hidden trap that shortens your life. When you tell yourself, I don't want to be a burden, you're more likely to refuse help, and that silence can turn small, manageable problems into life-threatening emergencies. Research from the American Geriatric Society shows seniors who avoid asking for support face 45% higher rates of emergency hospitalizations and 30% shorter life expectancy. Why? Because waiting too long makes everything harder to fix. Let me share Helen's story. She's 72 and lives in Phoenix. She noticed her bills were piling up, but she didn't want to bother her son. Months passed. Her credit was damaged, utilities almost shut off, and eviction notices arrived. When she finally asked for help, her son set up automatic bill payments in one afternoon. A simple solution, but one she waited too long to accept. Asking for help is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's planning ahead, and it actually protects your independence instead of threatening it. Here's how to reframe it. Instead of saying, I don't want to be a burden, say, I'm building my support team. Identify 3 people, 1 for transportation, 1 for household tasks, 1 for emotional support. Reach out to them before you're in crisis. Your loved ones would much rather help you today than rescue you tomorrow. Let me ask you, do you struggle to ask for help? If yes, comment the word help. If not, type strong. Because building a support team now is the best way to stay independent later. Phrase 4, never say my memory problems are just normal aging. Brushing off memory lapses as just getting older is one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make after 70. Because what you dismiss as normal aging could actually be a treatable condition, something that can be fixed if caught early. Johns Hopkins researchers found that up to 40% of memory issues in seniors come from things like vitamin deficiencies, sleep disorders, depression, or even side effects from medication. These are problems that can be reversed, but only if you speak up quickly. Take Margaret, a 73-year-old retired teacher from Seattle. She noticed she was forgetting simple words and losing her train of thought mid-sentence. Instead of ignoring it, she scheduled a full evaluation. Doctors discovered she had sleep apnea and a vitamin B12 deficiency. With treatment, her memory returned to normal within 3 months. If she had stayed silent, her decline could have continued for years. The lesson is clear. Never assume memory loss is just old age. Report changes within 48 hours of noticing them. Keep a notebook to track when forgetfulness happens and what you were doing at the time. Bring that record to your doctor. Because the earlier you act, the better your chances of keeping your mind sharp for decades to come. So let me ask you, have you ever dismissed memory slips as just part of aging? If yes, comment age. If no, type mind. Your brain deserves care and attention, and early action could be the difference between decline and independence. Group 2, the 4 dangerous actions after 70. Action 1, never ignore balance problems or dizziness. Feeling a little unsteady may seem harmless, but after 70, even mild balance issues can be a silent warning sign. Ignoring them can be one of the most dangerous choices you'll ever make. The CDC reports that falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths in seniors. One American over 65 dies from a fall every 19 minutes. And if you've already fallen once, your chances of falling again double within a year. Meet Linda, a 70-year-old from Boston. She noticed she felt dizzy when standing up, but she brushed it off as just age. 3 weeks later, she slipped in her bathroom and broke her wrist. During her recovery, doctors discovered an inner ear problem and blood pressure fluctuations, conditions that could have been treated easily if she had spoken up sooner. That's why balance problems are never normal. They always point to something underneath, and when addressed early, they can often be fixed. Here's what you can do right now. Each morning, try 3 simple balance checks. Stand on 1 foot for 30 seconds. Walk heel to toe across the room. And practice rising from a chair without using your hands. If you feel dizzy or struggle with any of these, call your doctor the same day. Don't wait for an accident to prove how serious this can be. Quick question. Have you ever ignored dizziness thinking it was just age? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. Because ignoring balance problems could take away your independence in a single moment. Action 2, never skip meals or eat alone. Skipping meals or eating alone might not sound dangerous, but after 70, it can create a downward spiral that destroys both your body and your spirit. The National Institute on Aging found that nearly 1 in 3 seniors becomes malnourished. Not because food isn't available, but because eating alone makes meals feel unimportant, easy to forget, or simply joyless. And the consequences are serious. Malnutrition weakens the immune system, increases fall risk, slows wound healing, and raises hospitalization rates dramatically. Take Frank, a 74-year-old widower from Milwaukee. After his wife passed away, he started skipping breakfast and often forgot lunch. Within months, he lost 25 pounds, felt exhausted, and caught every cold going around. His doctor warned that continued weight loss could send him to the hospital. The turning point came when Frank joined a senior dining program at his community center. Surrounded by friends, his appetite returned and his health improved within weeks. Here's what you can do. Set 3 alarms on your phone labeled breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When they ring, treat them like doctor's orders. Prepare simple meals ahead of time so healthy food is ready when you need it. And make at least one meal each week social. Invite a friend, a neighbor, or join a local group. Because food is more than fuel. It's connection, it's joy, it's strength. Let me ask you, do you usually eat alone? If yes, type alone. If no, type together. Your body can't afford to miss another meal, and neither can your heart. Action 3, never drive when you feel slightly off. Getting behind the wheel when you feel tired, dizzy, or just not quite right can turn your car into a deadly weapon. After 70, your reaction time naturally slows, and even the smallest distraction can cause tragedy. Research from AARP shows that seniors who drive when feeling unwell are 250% more likely to have an accident. Why? Because driving demands sharp focus. When you're fatigued, lightheaded, or confused, your brain can't process multiple streams of information fast enough. Let me share John's story. He's 71, living in Dallas. One morning, he felt slightly dizzy, but decided to drive to his doctor's appointment anyway. Halfway there, his symptoms worsened. At a red light, he rear-ended another car. He injured himself and the young mother in the vehicle ahead. Later, he learned the dizziness was caused by a simple medication timing issue, something that could have been fixed with one phone call instead of a crash. The lesson is simple. Before starting your car, ask yourself, do I feel as alert as I did when I first got my license? If the answer is anything less than absolutely yes, don't drive. Call a family member, use a ride service, or reschedule. Quick question for you. Have you ever driven when you didn't feel 100%? If yes, comment driven. If no, type safe. Your independence matters, but safety matters more. One careless choice could end your freedom behind the wheel forever. Action 4, never isolate yourself from social connections. Loneliness after 70 is more dangerous than smoking, obesity, or high blood pressure. That's not an opinion, it's proven by Harvard's 80-year study on aging. Seniors who isolate themselves increase their risk of early death by 26% and face faster memory decline than those who stay socially connected. When you cut yourself off, your brain interprets isolation as a threat. Stress hormones rise, sleep suffers, your immune system weakens, and depression creeps in. Over time, loneliness literally reshapes your brain, stealing joy and independence. Let me share Richard's story. He's 75, a retired engineer from Portland. After his best friend moved away, he stopped going to church and skipped his weekly card games. Within months, his daughter noticed he seemed anxious, forgetful, and withdrawn. She encouraged him to join a volunteer group at the library. Within 8 weeks, Richard's energy, mood, and clarity returned. Social connection saved his health. That's the power of people. Just one meaningful conversation a week, face-to-face, lasting at least 30 minutes, can strengthen your mind and protect your heart. Coffee with a neighbor, joining a senior center activity, volunteering, small steps that create massive impact. Now let me ask you, do you meet with friends or family at least once a week? If yes, type connected. If not, type lonely. Because connection isn't optional, it's medicine, and your body and mind need it as much as food or exercise. Stay tuned, because the next part of this video will reveal 4 places you should never go alone after 70. And the last one may shock you. Group 3, the 4 dangerous places after 70. Place 1, never go to medical appointments alone. After 70, medical visits become more complex. Multiple prescriptions, lifestyle changes, and treatment options can overwhelm even the sharpest mind. Going alone means you're likely to forget or misunderstand critical details. Research from Johns Hopkins shows seniors remember only 30% of what doctors say when attending appointments alone. But with a companion, retention jumps to 85%. Having another set of ears and eyes can literally save your life. Take Mary, a 72-year-old from Phoenix. She went to a cardiology appointment by herself and thought she understood everything, but she misheard her blood thinner dosage and took double the amount for 2 weeks. Luckily, her daughter joined her for the follow-up. She caught the mistake before it turned into a medical emergency. Your solution? Bring a trusted family member or friend to every appointment. If that's not possible, ask the office if you can record the visit on your phone or put your doctor on speaker so a loved one can listen in. Always prepare questions in advance and make sure someone writes down the answers. Let me ask you this. Do you usually go to appointments alone? If yes, type alone. If not, type with. Because in today's healthcare system, you should never walk in alone. Your health is too important. Place 2. Never go to unfamiliar places without backup. After 70, stepping into an unfamiliar place without telling anyone can put your safety at serious risk. If something happens, a fall, chest pain, confusion, help may not arrive for hours. And in emergencies, every minute counts. The National Institute on Aging found that seniors who experience health crises in unfamiliar settings wait an average of 6 hours longer for help. Why? Because no one knows where they are. No one knows when to check on them. Take George, a 73-year-old from Denver. He drove to see a new specialist across town, but didn't tell anyone his plans. During the appointment, he felt chest pain, but stayed silent. He drove home, collapsed in his driveway, and paramedics later explained his heart attack could have been treated much more effectively if help had come sooner. The solution is simple. Before visiting a new place, share your destination route and return time with at least 2 people. Activate location sharing on your phone. Carry a card with your emergency contacts and health conditions clearly listed. Quick question. Do you tell someone before you visit a new place? If yes, type safe. If no, type risk. Because unfamiliar places can quickly become dangerous, and your safety is never worth leaving to chance. Place 3. Never go to crowded events during peak illness seasons. Crowded gatherings may feel joyful, but after 70, they can be dangerous to your health. During flu season or peak infection periods, large events become breeding grounds for viruses. What might be a mild cold for a younger adult could turn into pneumonia, or worse for you. The CDC reports that seniors over 70 are 5 times more likely to suffer severe complications from respiratory infections. And in crowded indoor spaces, viruses spread up to 4 times faster. Let me share Susan's story. She's 74 and lives in Chicago. Last December, she insisted on attending her grandson's graduation, even though it was flu season. Within days, she developed what seemed like a minor cough, but it quickly escalated into pneumonia that required 2 weeks in the hospital. Her doctors later explained that avoiding the crowded event could have prevented the entire ordeal. So what can you do? Plan your calendar wisely. Avoid large gatherings from November through March when infections are highest. If you must attend, sit near exits where air circulates better. Avoid handshakes, skip hugs, and leave quickly if people around you are coughing or sneezing. Let me ask you, do you still attend crowded events during flu season? If yes, comment crowd. If no, type careful. Your immune system doesn't fight like it used to. That means prevention isn't just smart, it's life-saving. Place 4. Never go to high-risk areas without support. After 70, even familiar spaces can turn into danger zones. Stairs, basements, wet floors, poorly lit hallways. These are high-risk areas where one wrong step can change your life forever. Emergency room data shows that 60% of serious falls in seniors happen in predictable, high-risk environments. And here's the harsh truth. Seniors who fall in these areas are 4 times more likely to need surgery and twice as likely to lose their independence. Take Thomas, a 76-year-old from Atlanta. One rainy afternoon, he went down to his basement to grab a box. The wooden stairs were damp. He slipped, broke 3 ribs, and needed emergency surgery. 6 weeks of painful recovery followed, during which he couldn't live on his own. Thomas now admits that waiting for help would have been far easier than losing his independence. The solution is clear. Identify every high-risk spot in your home stairs, bathrooms, basements, outdoor walkways. Add lighting handrails and non-slip mats. Never rush. And always use support, whether that's a cane, a railing, or a family member walking with you. Now let me ask, do you use handrails or supports in risky areas? If yes, type safe. If not, type unsafe. Because one careless moment can take away years of freedom, protect yourself before a preventable fall changes everything. You've just learned the 12 mistakes that quietly steal health, independence, and peace of mind after 70. 4 things you should never say, 4 things you should never do, and 4 places you should never go alone. Now the choice is yours. You can keep repeating these habits hoping nothing goes wrong, or you can take action today, protecting your body, your mind, and your freedom. Think back to the stories you heard. Robert learning technology, David speaking up at his doctor's visit, Helen asking for help before it was too late, Susan avoiding the next crowded event. Each of them made small changes that protected their independence, and so can you. Remember, thriving after 70 isn't about luck. It's about choices. The words you speak, the habits you keep, the places you avoid. These decisions build the future you want, one filled with confidence, strength, and connection. So let me ask you, which of these 12 mistakes have you caught yourself making? Share your honest answer in the comments, because your story might help another senior avoid a painful lesson. And if you found value today, please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss important tips to help you live longer, healthier, and stronger after 70. This is Dr. Michael Carter reminding you, your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right choices, they can still be ahead. Stay safe, stay connected, and keep living with purpose.